Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Switch. Hey, take 26. Right now, you got 58. Jim, we didn't get on it.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Check it back. Jump out. Hold.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Watch twitch. Recon, 132 fighter.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
56. Yeah. You don't want to know. 56 to Mike.
Rodgers now on 1st down. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Rodgers on the money to the tight end, Graham. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
50.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
56, the mark, boy. 56. Check, 56. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Let me know what you got. What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. Get up.
Rodgers to throw once more. And he slings one that's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing something.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. That'll get them some of what they needed, but they're still left here with a 3rd and 9 forthcoming.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And it's 3rd down.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down.
Tight down. There you go. Mike 56. Mike 56. We got it.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. Hard throw, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
And he's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
The face mask moves him all the way out past the 40 now for 1st down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Man open, it's Goodwin. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 43-yard line.
Here we go.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. 21.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
21. 35 to Mike.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 31-yard line. Well, Pettis is quickly becoming the #1 receiving option for Jimmy Garoppolo. Into last year, John Lynch said that they loved the way he closed the season, really came on late. Remember, this is a guy that they traded up to get at number 44 back in 2018 out of the University of Washington. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 31. Working from the gun, Garoppolo going underneath. It's Coleman. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Throwing now is Garoppolo. This is caught. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will... Turned out to be the final play of this first quarter.
Here we go. 180!
2 times. Even. 4 down. Even. Shit. He's crashing. He's checking crack.
Set hunt.
It's Coleman here. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Tevin Coleman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
On second and very short, Rodgers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Von Miller, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
You can't block me. Right there, 54, right there. 54, Mike.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
You know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. And this will pin them nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line.
At their own 14-yard line.
Here we go, here we
The
go.
49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
The 24-yard line.
Here we go.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. There's Garoppolo to throw. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
13 yards on the play.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. To throw is Garoppolo. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Kittle last year, what a season. 1,377 receiving yards, an NFL record for tight ends en route to his first Pro Bowl. Not bad for the former 5th-round pick. Actually, I remember that game, December, against Denver. He had that monster first half, 210 yards. Did not have a single catch in the second half, but still those 210 yards were just 4 yards shy of Shannon Sharp's single-game record for a tight end.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
21. Quick stone, travel.
Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here we go.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Target. 21. Check 24.
Garoppolo now. That's caught. It's Coleman. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from her. And he's going to be taken down, back around the 35-yard line. Zadarius Smith, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted. NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers, and Graham's got it, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams with touchdown number 8 on the year. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Garoppolo looks to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Garoppolo now. Nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Incomplete. Kevin King there defensively.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Garoppolo, final shot here before half. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 20. 3-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
23-yard line.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
They're running it.
Check. Hot route. Hot. 2. Protein spill.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the two-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes a 49er head coach, and he made it a point to go out and snag his former running back because he really likes his 26-year-old ball carrier. They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman, and he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And look at this. It's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. So they get the first down. Maybe not a huge play in terms. Yardage, but the fake punt does the job. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Check 26. Check 26.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, Delta.
Yeah, let's go sack lunch.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
1, Omaha.
Check 93's a must.
Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. Over the middle to Kittle, complete. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 34-yard line. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve.
Here we go.
Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Kevin King, the former Washington Husky, there defensively.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Here we go.
They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Here we go.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Strong right. 3 down.
12, fellas, here we go.
Garoppolo looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. B.J. Goodson with a pick. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll go again to Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 41-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hey, you block over here.
Now Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
Jump out!
56 to Mike.
Five.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
26.
From just shy of midfield, Rodgers under a heavy rush, and down he goes. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
3rd and 6.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Check curls. 56, Mike, 56. 56. Check 56.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't. Go.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And Adams has it, complete. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
56. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Hatchet.
Here, Mike.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
57, right.
Hey, watch his flat. Watch his 30. Watch his flat. Watch his flat. Rush in.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. So that'll back them up 5. The delay of game backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. 6 yards on the pickup, and it's a second down.
A gain of 6 brings up 2nd and 9.
319.
56. Come on. Check. Shoot. Watch the shoot.
Jones. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Boy, a tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Here we go.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. This is Coleman. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Here we go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake to McKinnon. It's Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. That's going to be caught. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Gold with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
The Packers take over. Let's go! Let's go! At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty.
Kill. Watch the eye.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
At the 45-yard line.
319. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. 319.
Again, it's Jones. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check. Cross. Roll right. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Gotta do better.
Hey, check 26.
Check 90.
Get right.
Check 99. Bang, 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 bang. Watch quick.
Well, I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
They'll run it with Jones. And he stopped immediately there. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jones. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit?
Here we go.
Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Garoppolo. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. 13 yards there and a Niner first. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
Back to throw. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
That's another 49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And his kick here is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Inside. 57, Mike 57. Hey, keep it up.
57.
First throw of overtime for Rodgers. That's caught by Geronimo Allison. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. When you're trying to win a game in overtime, I don't know that there's too many more in the history of the game you want under center than Aaron Rodgers.
Well, I think a lot of it's because he can beat you so many different ways. All right? He can beat you with the big shot downfield. Heck, if you need a Hail Mary, no one throws it better than Aaron Rodgers. But just when you think you've got him corralled in, when you've got pressure on him, He uses his legs to escape and create another big play, whether he's running it or extending it so a receiver gets open. I think he embraces overtime, and he embraces the spotlight that comes with it.
Steps away to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
Box it.
Mike, 57. I know he ain't got it. 57.
Throwing again on second down. Rodgers open here is Allison. That's complete. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
A gain of 12. First down, Green Bay.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46.
56. Mike, 56, right there.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be a second down.
It's a pickup of 6.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Mike, 56. Mike, 56. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. 56, the muck, boy. 56. Check, 56. I'm scared.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. On second down now, it's Jones.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
3rd and 1, trying to keep this drive in overtime going. A big one coming up.
Check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Hey, pick it up.
Come on.
Jump.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to at least get them a lead here in overtime. And this one is right down Broadway. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
At the 24-yard line.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Let's go, defense. And here we go.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Well, that's complete to Sanders. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here we go. 180!
51 to Mike. In your face.
Garoppolo now. First down throw. Oh, if he holds on, it's game over. Instead, second down. They've sort of got a new lease on life there. If he picks that off, this ball game's over.
I can hear it. I can hear it. I can hear it. My defensive backs coach at Tennessee, a lost opportunity is never regained. Used to drive him crazy when I dropped those potential interceptions, as that one was there.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Hey, it's on now.
Two.
Get that quarterback.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's got this down to the 35. 18 yards, first down Niners. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. And the timeout coming in here with just 7 seconds remaining in the extra session. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Oh, it's intercepted. That'll seal it. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And that's how this one ends, in dramatic fashion in overtime with the interception. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for Green Bay, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Niners, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.